Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's currently Paris Fashion Week and I happen to love French fashion, so I thought for this video I'd do a week in my workwear wardrobe inspired by Parisian chic style. So let's get started. So starting off with Monday, it's a fresh new week and I kind of wanted to go for like a Chanel inspired look because I feel like Chanel is the epitome of Parisian chic. So I've started off with a lovely dogtooth jacket in a kind of boucle fabric, and I picked this up from New Look, and it's got these lovely gold military buttons which I think just give it like the ultimate kind of Chanel finish. So on the bottom I've gone for a matching skirt which I picked up from Marks & Spencer, and I think the two pieces together, even though they were from two different stores, just look like the perfect kind of like Chanel skirt suit, which I think is very kind of like reminiscent of the brand, and it's something that the brand does very frequently, so it's kind of like Chanel on a budget, which I really love. Now I feel like personally you can never have too much dog tooth, so I've gone for like a lovely blouse underneath which I picked up from a little vintage brand called Blousey Vintage, and they do kind of like true vintage blouses, so it's just like a lovely sort of classic white blouse. And then on the collar, on the cuffs and also on the buttons, it's got this lovely sort of dog tooth pattern. Dog tooth is one of my favourite sort of autumn winter patterns, and I think it's so classic and it's one of those patterns that never really goes out of style. So to tie the look together I added this makeshift bow tie, which is actually a piece of ribbon that I got for free from a hat that I bought from ASOS. So I just tie that underneath the collar of the blouse, and I think it just like brings the look together in a really sort of like elegant and beautiful way. Now for accessories, I feel like the look kind of makes its own massive style statement, and I kind of wanted to keep the accessories understated. So I've added a simple pair of pearl studs which I picked up from a little vintage jewellery brand called Levet & Co. So for shoes I really wanted a pair of those Chanel style slingbacks, but I was struggling to find a pair in a black and white colourway. So I found a pair from Marks & Spencer which I think look really nice. So from the front they're very sort of like business in the front, party in the back. So from the front they look like a sort of regular pair of black low heeled pumps, and they've got like a square toe. But when you turn around they've got this lovely sort of cream finished heel, and they're a slingback as well. So they're kind of like Chanel-esque but without the kind of toe cap detail, and I really love them because they're also very comfortable as well. I forgot to mention this previously, but I did also add a pair of tights because I feel like this look is really lovely and it would look beautiful kind of bare legs, but because it's still like kind of a little bit chilly, I just wanted something to make sure that my legs wouldn't turn into legsicles. So I added a pair of pin spot tights which I believe I got from New Look. I don't like opaque tights, I don't know what it is about them, I just don't think they kind of elevate an outfit. But with the pin spot pair they're very sort of like classic and beautiful, and even though they're patterned I don't think it's one of those patterns that like looks really bad in terms of clashing with the dog tooth. Finally, to finish off, I've gone for my Aldo Aloha bag which I featured in a recent video, and I love this bag because it's like the perfect sort of size for all your workwear essentials, and because of the quilting it's also very Chanel as well. So for Tuesday we've got another Chanel inspired look, but this one is more sort of like classic and elegant. So it's a lovely mini dress which I picked up from Rhode Island. So it's a black knitted dress, and then it's got like cream piping kind of around the borders, and it's finished off again with these lovely sort of gold military buttons as well. I really love the length of the dress as well. I think it's perfect for kind of like a modest sort of workwear look, and I'm 6 foot tall and it hits around sort of shin length on me. And I do love the dress in general, but I did have to get it altered because it was a little bit sort of boxy and shapeless when I first got it. But just to cinch in the waist a little bit more, to add more of a feminine silhouette, I added this lovely sort of rope belt which I picked up from H&M. So it's like in a cream colour, and then it's got this lovely gold buckle which is in a horseshoe shape, and I thought it was very sort of Bottega Veneta, but obviously without the massive price tag. I'm a huge fan of like anything that's sort of a designer dupe that you can pick up from the high street on a budget. So for accessories, since the dress does have quite a low neckline, I've added a simple pearl pineapple pendant which I picked up from Aurelia, and it's actually my favourite necklace because I really love pearls, but like pearls and pineapples together are like my two favourite things kind of combined into a single piece of jewellery. And to kind of bring the look together I've added a matching pair of earrings. These are also from Aurelia Jewellery, and they're just like a small pair of gold stud with like a dangly kind of pearl detail on them. And I really love the gold of these because it's kind of like a matte gold, which isn't something that you necessarily see every day, but it adds like a really sort of lovely luxe effect. So this is another look that you could probably wear bare legs, but just to keep the chill out, I've added a pair of pin spot tights again, and I finished off the look with a pair of mules that I picked up from Primark. So they're a lovely pair of black pointed toe mules with a chain detail, and I just thought they looked a lot more expensive than they were, but they were an absolute bargain because I got them for only £12. Outerwear wise, I've thrown on this lovely cream robe coat which I picked up from Miss Selfridge, and I finished off the look with my Carvela Bailey bag in a lovely cream colourway as well. So now it's Wednesday, and I always find that by this point in the week my energy levels are starting to drop a little bit. So I went for an outfit that would give me a bit of a pick-me-up, and I started off the look with this lovely cream dress which I picked up from singleprice.com, and it's got this beautiful pearl encrusted collar which I really love because I think it's one of those dresses that can easily take you from like a day in the office to after work drinks with the girls. The other thing that I really love about this dress as well is the silhouette. So it's like a shift dress, and I don't mind a form-fitting dress on occasion, but I think shift dresses are really sort of practical, for example like if you want to have a big lunch, or if it's just one of those days that you want to be a little bit more comfortable. So again for Wednesday's look I've gone for a patterned pair of tights just for that element of practicality, and because the dress does make like such a massive statement with the pearls, I've gone for the same pair of earrings that I wore on Monday. In the words of Jackie Kennedy, pearls are always appropriate, and I think they tie the look together really beautifully. So usually with workwear I'm very much a monochrome girl, but I wanted to inject a little bit of beige into this look, so I've added this lovely clutch that I picked up from Charles & Keith, and it's in a lovely sort of camel colour, and it's got the classic sort of Chanel style quilting, and I think it's the perfect sort of Chanel dupe. On the subject of Chanel dupes, I've also added these lovely classic slingbacks, which I picked up from New Look. And they're like a perfect sort of match to those Chanel slingbacks that everyone knows and loves. And I love these not only because they're very Chanel-esque, but also because they're super comfortable. They've got like a lowish heel, so I think they're really good for like kind of things like lunchtime walks if you like to do that when you're at your office, or even just like running errands in your lunch break. I think they're really great for that kind of thing as well. Finally, to finish off the look, I added this cream tweed blazer from Marks & Spencer, which is only $11.79, and it ties the look together beautifully because it goes really nicely with the dress, and I think it looks like it was a suit, but there were two separate pieces which you can mix and match with other things in your wardrobe. It came with some silver buttons, but I switched them out for some vintage buttons that my mum gave me, which are gold, and I think they make it look very Chanel, and I think it's the perfect sort of like modern vintage Chanel-esque piece. Next up, it's Thursday, and since we're getting closer to the weekend, I wanted something with more of a relaxed vibe, but still with that element of formality. So I've gone for a black roll neck jumper, which is one of my absolute faves. I picked it up from Everything £5, but it's a New Look jumper, and it looks like your basic roll neck jumper, but on the cuffs it's got these lovely gold buttons, which I think make a basic piece look a little bit more special and a little bit more designer as well. I really love roll necks as well because they're one of those pieces that kind of keep you super cozy without having to add a scarf. I think scarves are a really great accessory, but it's not every day that you want to have to like add an extra accessory that you're then going to have to like lug around with you, or if you're kind of like me, it's one of those extra things that you can kind of possibly leave on a train or like drop without noticing, and I kind of like to keep my outfits together. So on the bottom I've gone for a beautiful pair of pleated chiffon trousers. I love these because they're like the perfect length. Like I'm 6 foot tall and I have a 36-inch inseam, and they're like trailing on the floor. Like if I wear them without heels they would be dragging, and I just like, that's a very rare occurrence for me, and that was the thing that made them stand out to me. But I also think they're super stylish as well. Like the fabric is really sort of soft and flowy, and I think it creates great movement, particularly when you're walking. And also because they're like a wide leg cut, I think they kind of look like a maxi skirt, so I kind of like those sort of faux pieces that you can kind of get the look of a dress or a skirt without necessarily having to wear a dress or skirt. So I feel like this is quite a stylish outfit, and I was struggling to find an outerwear piece that would kind of allow me to still show off the outfit's elements. So I decided to skip an outerwear piece, and instead I've gone for like a knitted bralette, which I've layered over the top of the roll neck, and it's one that I picked up from Mango Outlets. It's like a lovely sort of knitted material, and it's got these kind of like slightly frayed straps, and the thing that I love the most about it is the chain detailing that's on the straps. It reminds me of those Chanel belts that you get where they've kind of got like the leather looped through some like chain detailing, and as you know, like I'm a huge fan of Chanel, and anything that you can kind of like get the look of Chanel for less is something that I'm bound to love. To cinch my waist in, I added a black faux leather belt with a double circle detail, which is actually my most worn belt. And for jewellery, I've gone for a chunky chain necklace, which I picked up from Mango Outlet, and I think it kind of complements the chain detailing on the straps of the bralette beautifully. To finish off my jewellery details with a touch of Parisian Chic, I added these gold croissant earrings, which I picked up from a little online brand called Want & Want Wardrobe. Finally, for accessories, I've gone for the bag from Monday and the shoes from Tuesday, because unlike a lot of people, I am actually an outfit repeater, and I'm not ashamed of that. And I think the chain detailing on the bag and the shoes ties the look together really beautifully, because it kind of goes with that whole chains on chains on chains vibe that I was going for. Last up is the day everyone's been waiting for. It's finally Friday, affectionately known as Friday, and I could have ended the week with a bang, but I kind of wanted to go for more of like an understated look to go with the kind of whole like casual Friday kind of vibe. So I started off with a cream slogan sweatshirt that I picked up from H&M, and I really love this one because it's really sort of like slouchy and comfortable and oversized, but I also love that it's in that sort of black and white colourway that I really love for workwear, and the slogan is office appropriate as well. Also, I have to say I absolutely adore the military button detail on the shoulder. I just think it's like the sort of perfect Parisian chic jumper. I feel like it's another one of those accidental designer dupes, which is something that I really love. So I picked it up a while ago, but I discovered that it's actually quite similar to a Patou jumper that I've kind of been like lusting after online, but obviously like at a fraction of the price, because while I love Patou designs, I don't really have a Patou budget at the minute. So to go with the casual vibe of this look, I've gone for a black pair of jeans, and these jeans are like my absolute favourite pair of jeans in the whole world. So I picked them up from a lovely vintage brand called Lady K Loves, and they just sell like vintage clothing in general. Not true vintage, but like vintage inspired. And they're a perfect pair of jeans because they're like a lovely sort of flattering slim fit. And it's one of the few brands that I think has actually realised that a 36-inch inseam should actually measure 36 inches. Also, for those of us that are kind of like not so blessed in the booty department, they're one of the few pairs of jeans that kind of make it look like I have something vaguely resembling a butt, and like, what's not to love about that? So for accessories, I've gone for these beautiful cream enamel studs, which I picked up from Emma London Vintage, which is my absolute favourite like online vintage jewellery store. And they've got like a sort of like gold anchor detail like in the centre of them, and then this kind of like rope twist detail around the like, I guess, perimeter of the studs, and I think they're really beautiful and they just go really well with the buttons on the sweatshirt. I kept things kind of simple on the necklace front, so I've gone for a simple slinky gold snake chain, which I picked up from Radio Jewellery, and I think it's just really flattering in terms of like going with the neckline of the crew neck sweatshirt that I'm wearing. For shoes, I've gone for a pair of black trainers, which I picked up from Guess. I really love the kind of like black and white colourway, and I really love the eyelet detail as well. I think it like adds a kind of designer touch, and they're really sort of like beautiful and classic, but also super comfortable as well. Since it's Friday, I decided I didn't want to take a proper bag, so I've just gone for this pearl foam pouch which I picked up from Zara a while back. I love this because it's really sort of practical, so it's one of those pieces that I kind of tend to wear like as a crossbody bag when I'm like running errands, and I'll just take my phone and maybe like a bank card and just pop them in there and I'm good to go. Finally, I've gone for a black faux fur coat which I picked up from Lookbook, and it's really sort of snuggly and cozy and I absolutely adore it. It's one of those coats that you can kind of dress up if you want to, but it's also got that kind of like cute, kind of adorable teddy bear vibe, and I think it goes with the casual look of this outfit really well. And voila, that was a week in my workwear wardrobe, Parisian style. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If so, then please like, comment and let me know which is your favourite outfit, and subscribe to my channel as well. Also follow me on Instagram and head over to my blog, shewalks.co.uk, where I post all things style and substance. Have a lovely rest of the day and a wonderful Paris fashion week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
For better living, are you feeling this tonight? This thing got me thinking of life.